Showed up. I thought she was fired, huh? I thought she was fired, huh? Looking like, oh, so crazy, man. You supposed to be fired, man. What's going on?
I knew you was gonna be here. That's why I'm outside. I knew we had a chance.
You know I'm against,
I was gonna have a time.
Those that don't know, me and Gilbert is like brothers. That's my big bro. This nigga thought he thought he was gonna leave me and do a show by himself. Yeah. Hey man, you can't leave me. I showed up in New York like, hey nigga, this gonna be all year. You might as well get used to it. So, might as well sign me or you gonna have to deal with me every day. At your door, at the school, there's nowhere you could go that I'm not gonna be there. He like Spider-Man and Iron Man. I was gonna say Batman and Robin. But I could do my own show. I could have my own movie. I'm like Spider-Man, you know? You Iron Man. The mother niggas is like Thunderbolt. For me, I'm Spider-Man. You need this swag. So look. They gonna say, man, what you doing here? I said, you thought you could leave me. I didn't have no underdog outfit on. But it's crazy. Gil told me all this was gonna happen before it happened. We just having conversations. It's crazy how it played out. He said it was gonna happen. And it did. So look, y'all. Hey, look, man. I'm the newest member of the Gilbert team, and I'm gonna make my brother and man more cream. Oh, nah. Yo, he got me stuck in New York with all these Hispanic Spaniards. And what's the Armenians? Not Armenians. Spain versus Aquafina. Yeah. Yeah, they out there. They going crazy. I'm stuck. But to my Mexican homies like Mexican Mike, I'm a little disappointed. You was talking crazy. Mexico, we 3-0. We breaking history, y'all. It's crazy. I was disappointed when y'all lost. I had faith. I was like, okay, y'all winning. I know y'all been playing since birth, so hey, I'm disappointed. USA, we don't do that here. We don't play soccer, so us just being in it was like, hey, we all right. We kind of all right. Got to deal with Acawana and Spain playing today. All right. I'm not. Forgive me if I said something out of pocket, but I didn't. I'm not. I mess up all the time, man. This ain't my. But you can go look at Suge on YouTube, y'all. Not Suge Knight. He is acting like Suge Knight. It's a nigga that got into the show when he got called out. Go look at his YouTube. It's going down.
You gotta stay locked in and stay true to your lane at all times, man. I had to jump on here because I literally just made it back into the city early this morning. I spent the weekend down in D-Town with my family, taking it easy, getting out of the house, and enjoying myself. I actually stayed later than I planned because I stopped by the Quiet Money listening party, and I forgot to say, the event turned out really well. Dallas definitely came out and showed love. I had a great time, but I also had a couple of drinks, and there was no way I was about to hop on Interstate 45 and drive all the way home like that. I figured it was smarter to wait, let everything wear off, and then get back on the road. While I was hanging around waiting with Nick Young, this whole situation started unfolding in real time. Nick jumped on Instagram and spoke about everything that had just happened. It all goes back to the Playmaker event on Friday night, where Gilbert Arenas was in attendance. During the event, Josiah came out and announced that Gil's Arena would not be joining Playmaker. Then came the little comment that followed. By now, most of you have probably already seen it, especially after all the back and forth that's been going on between everyone involved. Gil slipped in a quick jab saying, "Nah, go over there with Rashad." It came across as him leaning into the situation and having a little fun with it. Now that everything is beginning to unfold, you can hear Nick Young saying right there in the moment, "Man, them other dudes is Thunderbolt. I can really have my own show. I can really do my own thing. I wasn't wearing no underdog fit. I wasn't wearing no underdog outfits." That was a direct contrast to what Rashad McCants had been doing around that time. Rashad was constantly wearing underdog gear, heavily promoting the company and pushing the brand every chance he got. Nick even looked right at him on the couch and said, "Hey man, you suckin' D, dog. You suckin' D." Watching Nick in this clip, it definitely felt like he may have had a few drinks himself, because he was all over the place while talking. He later added a caption that read, "Ain't no chill Gil. He thought he was gonna leave me off the show, mother effer. You told me I'll blow up, you blow up. Boom, I'll be your yayo. Haha, Memphis Bleak. Haha, I'm your AB, mother effer. Gil's Arena coming soon." At this point, he's obviously joking around. That's just how Nick Young carries himself. Personally, I never believed, and I don't think many other people did either, that Nick was actually about to team up with Gilbert Arenas. We all know where the "you got fired" joke started. Nick was simply trolling and having fun with the situation. Gilbert had already announced that he was putting together a new show, so everyone knew something new was on the way. I think a lot of people, myself included, just didn't completely understand how everything was going to unfold. I understood why Gilbert Arenas was no longer part of the show after not re-signing. That part made sense. What I didn't fully grasp was how the YouTube channel could be sold, why they would continue using the Gilbert Arenas name even without Gilbert appearing on the show, and then eventually scale things back by reducing the number of episodes each week. From a business and marketing standpoint, I understand the reasoning. I get the overall strategy. If the budget changes, cutting back on production days can make financial sense. Even with that in mind, I was still thinking these guys had built something that people genuinely wanted to watch. They were all willing to put in the work, keep grinding, and consistently deliver entertaining content. So why reduce the schedule? I also know that once larger corporate companies get involved, situations like this sometimes happen to creators who originally built their audience on their own. At some point, those kinds of business decisions become part of the process. As things stand right now, though, I honestly don't know who's coming back or who's going to be part of everything moving forward. That became even more uncertain after hearing what Rashad McCants had to say on the Underdog Lounge. When I heard it, my first reaction was, wait, are you saying this because Gilbert Arenas is trying to distance himself from you?
No, don't start.
I can't say Gil left. I feel like Gil be ducking me because I be tearing. That's how I feel. I feel like I be tearing when Gil can't handle that. Gil want to win. I be tearing up. I'm not gonna lie, I be tearing.
And Gil can't deal with that. Gil wants to come out on top. I ain't even gonna lie, I'll be crying. For real, I'll be crying. Now, based on what Gilbert Arenas has shared, he says he spoke with Rashad back in January and already explained everything that was happening behind the scenes. But here's what Rashad McCants had to say. As for Kenyon Martin, that was honestly one of the few times during all the years I've watched Nick Young, from his NBA days through everything he's done on the show, that I actually saw him get genuinely frustrated. It felt like he reached a point where he was thinking, all right, bro, you're pushing me out of character. And that all stemmed from the situation involving Kenyon Martin. As for Brendan Jennings, I'm not really sure where he stands at the moment. He also gave Underdog plenty of support throughout this whole run. I'm not trying to jump to conclusions, but the crew has now landed over at Playmaker. Based on the wording Underdog has used in its announcements, they said they decided to move in a different direction. If that's truly the path they're taking, then it starts to make more sense. Gilbert Arenas recently brought Skip Bayless into the mix, explaining that they've known each other for a while and even played golf together. That existing relationship makes the move understandable. Skip can handle football coverage and other major sports topics, while Gilbert focuses on building the team and steering the overall direction of the show. The objective is still the same, to put together a winning product, but they're approaching it with a different lineup. Now they're heading to Playmaker through this new partnership, and they're going to try to build something successful over there. Based on how everything is unfolded, it's obvious they have a vision for what's next, and they're ready to move forward. The only question is who else will ultimately make that transition with them. I've also heard names like Patrick Beverly and Evan Turner being mentioned, but I can't say whether either of them is officially joining the project. I'm also unsure about Kenyon Martin's future. That's something we'll simply have to wait and watch. They also gave a shout out to Suge. I haven't had the chance to fully dive into everything happening with his channel yet, but if I remember correctly, he's the same creator who previously had a back and forth with Kenyon after making comments about him before Kenyon joined the show. He later apologized, but it seems Kenyon eventually saw those original remarks. Anyway, as more information comes out, we'll make sure to keep you updated. This is definitely going to be an interesting show to follow, bro. A lot of people are paying attention, and honestly, I've been entertained by it too. We'll just have to see where everything goes from here. As always, stay on your pivot. More updates are on the way. 1000 for sure.